Hi guys, Nick from HiFi Collective here. To celebrate our recent union with Yarbo, who are effectively a German company that oversee high quality construction of components in China. Don't let that put you off, because these things are, their products are pretty good. We're going to be making a cable, an internet cable, using their Yarbo SP6802TC. It's an OCC copper. I have got a piece here that's been stripped down. So you can see it's got a copper braid. And then within that you have two conductors, a red and a white. And then each conductor is actually further sheathed in PTFE there. So this cable, as I say, is OCC, so really high grade copper. There is an arrow on there as well. So the way we're going to be wiring it up is we're going to attach the earth at the source end. So it's going between a CD player and a preamp. At the CD end, we're going to be wiring in the screen braid. So we're going to marry that cable with Yarbo's RCA socket, which is the RCA-016GB. This is the clamp down version, which I quite like. Slightly different design here. If you have a look at the inner spigot where the signal is received, it's kind of an arced effect there, which is good for contact within the RCA socket. So yeah, that clamps down, so that draws in the collar onto the actual RCA external part. Right, so let's get cracking. Here's one I made earlier, by the way. So we're going to start at the source end. So if you look here, there's an arrow pointing there, so the signal end. Let's see how much cable we need. So we're going to get a sharp Stanley blade, and we're just going to line it up there. Because at this end, you're actually going to attach the screen braid, so you want it a bit exposed. And then we just roll it around like that. Don't push it in too deeply, because you'll cut strands of the braid, which you don't really want to do. And again, there. And again, there. Take that back. Brilliant. So I just use a screwdriver because you need to divide the screen braid. Screwdriver. So just like that. Just go delicately, you don't really want to be ripping any of these strands on this. So I'm just opening up the plait as you go down. So it's divided. There's quite a lot going on this cable. You've got cotton fillers as well, and you've got a foil. So to get rid of all that. So bring the braid together at one end. like so. That's it. And then the foil, just bring it round and cut it short. You don't really need to attach the foil. The foil's touching the braid internally anyway. And then you've got the cotton fillers. Don't need them, they just get in the way. So snip them back. A tiny pair of scissors is probably better for this. I haven't really got any. Right. So before we do anything, I'm just going to bring in, I'm going to solder up the screen. So I'm using a vise. I don't want to squeeze it too tight because it will mark up the actual outer sheathing. So solder, using Old Faithful Mundorf Silver Gold, 3.8% silver gold content. And all I'm going to do is just do a bit of soldering at the join, just to keep all those wires together, because you don't want them. Just be careful when you're soldering, because this sleeving, I'm pretty sure, is PVC for the red and the white, and it melts quite easily. So I'm going to trim that down, like so. Now, I was looking at this. Cool, so I'm going to expose some of this, the signal. Signal's going to be red. I'm just going to use the soldering. See how easily it melts with the tip of the soldering iron. And then inside, there's a harder clear coating. So I'm going to use the Stanley just to cut that and then spray it out. Because if I go melting that, that will melt the red PVC very quickly. So you can see it looks like there's 3 solid core twisted together there. Cool. Just gonna dab a bit of solder on there. Quickly. And then do the same for the other one, the white one. Stanley blade, cut down the line. That's it. It's a bit fiddly, this bit. Cut those down. Cool. So I'm doing a bit of a bend on there. take this grub screw out. It's getting in the way. Cool. So I'm going to use a bit of wire. So you can see there that I've got the earth and the screen kind of touching each other there. Now I've got a strand of copper wire. So I have some single core wire, quite thin, about half a mil, and I'm going to connect together the screen here and the signal there. So I'm just doing this because I know that this sleeving melts really quickly. So if you're trying to solder this to this, it's a bit of a nightmare. So just wrapping that together. Like so. Change the glasses, because I can't see anything. Cool. It's all connected, brilliant. Just make sure nothing's touching anything that it shouldn't do, so the signal is well away from any of this. So that's good. So now we're going to pop this in. Like so. Screen goes in like that. Right, we're going to just get some solder in the earth spigot there for the red wire. So 1 elephant, 2 elephant, bit of solder. That's it. Again, not too much soldering on this. Line it up, push it in. Brilliant. Just make sure you're not melting any of the sleeving. So, and then your earth, which goes there, I'll just follow the edge of the arch and solder it there. Done. You don't want too much solder on any of these points here, because when you're doing the sleeve, screwing it down, you won't be able to get past that point. So this end's done. That's brilliant. And then with the grub screw, in to keep the wire in place. So that'll just touch the screen, the outside green. Hold it in place there, which is superb. Put the sleeve on. Goes over nicely. Oh, strong. Cool. So we're now doing the other end. So the difference with the other end, which is where the signal's going, you don't wire in the screen braid. So do a gauge. It's about there. So we're going to try and get rid of this braid as close to the green as possible, and then we're going to put some tape on, just so it's not touching. I mean, this is just one way of wiring an interconnect. You can actually connect it at both ends if you wish, but I generally wouldn't. I just have it at one end, because you don't want it creating a bit of an earth loop. So I'm going to trim them down, like so. Cut down your cotton filler.
Let's trim right down.
Right, get ready for soldering. As before.
Trim right down.
Bit of solder. You can just use a Stanley to strip it. Well, the white is such a bit more painful to remove the inner. Right, so that's exposed. Solder that bit. Right, I'm just going to get some tape. We're going to wrap that round here to stop any of those sharp bits of wire touching this when it's inserted. A clean bit of mat. Just wrap it around. Like so. So there's no way there's going to be any touching of those fronds and strands that are in there earlier. Cool, so now we're going to wire it in. Again, as we've done before, we're going to tin the entry for the signal, the inner spigot. 1 elephant, 2 elephant. Just a touch of solder, don't go mad. Cool. Pop it in. Again, you must be careful not to heat it too much. That's it. And then you're heating up where the join is, where the wire is touching the cup. Solder. Brilliant. That's it. Now this is the tricky one. The earth. So it's physically touching one of these earth bars there. As quick as I can. See? Quick draw my gore. As I was heating it up, you can see that that was kind of melting away a bit, but that's fine. Cool. So, grub screw. Allen key. Keep it in place. Done, finished. So this cable is around, so if you're doing 2 meters, a meter pair, it's about £100, but it's going to be pretty awesome. I mean, it's going to be very close to anything Neotech, UPOCC, because it's the same style of drawing out the copper. There you go. Before we shut down though, let's just check the continuity of it all. Multimeter, resistor set in. Cool, so that's good. This is the signal pathway. Yeah, just check it's not attached to earth as well. That's the earth bit. And then the earth bit is the neck there. See, 0. Cool, all done. Check out all the Yarbo stuff, it's cool. Just before I sign off, I want to say a big thank you for watching our videos. Like and subscribe, and follow us on all the social network platforms. See you later.